The Hatchery was conceived of as a dating service between accounting students trying to learn their trade, and the small businesses that need cost-effective tax and compliance services. The businesses and the students both need skilled professionals to guide the relationship and make sure that everything stays on track. The Small Business Analysts Society of Canada built an internship program to bring together small businesses, accounting students, and skilled practitioners to do just that. The size of a business is one of the key determinants of the nature of business services that a business needs. At B.A.T Canada, we liken it to the stages of growth of a person. Imagine teaching a toddler about sex. All toddlers are soon aware of their own sex, but very few struggle to understand their sexuality. It simply isn't an issue for a toddler. But, for teenagers, things are a lot different. In the same way, as businesses grow and evolve, their needs change. However, growth doesn't necessarily mean getting bigger. The appropriate size for a CPA in practice that serves small businesses is probably 1 or 2 practitioners, with no full-time staff. How do we know? The most profitable 50% of small CPA firms, those with less than $5 million in revenue, spend less than $4,000 annually on labor, according to a report published each year by Industry Canada. While less than 1.5% of Canadian businesses have 50 or more employees, and more than 85% have 4 or fewer, most of the training for the 95,000 CPAs that work in the accounting services industry is aimed at providing audit and advisory services to our largest businesses and to governments, and to a lesser extent providing specialized tax for international businesses and very high net worth individuals and families.
Paperwork and compliance costs are important to Canadian business. In 2010, Statistics Canada conducted a study into the costs of paperwork. They looked at which services were outsourced to professionals. They also looked at relative costs by business size. We think it is important for professional accountants, particularly those that work with small business, to understand the results of the study. In this slide, we're shown the compliance costs as a function of business size. Note that costs are much higher for our smallest businesses, by a factor of 8 or 10 times. Also note that costs increased between 2005 and 2008. That was true, except for our largest businesses. Between 2005 and 2008, paperwork costs decreased by about 13% for our largest businesses. In this slide, we're shown the percentage of compliance services that were outsourced as a function of business size. Note that income tax filings are the most frequently outsourced service by businesses of all sizes. Corporate registrations are also outsourced frequently. Presumably, though, this service is outsourced to lawyers.
More than half of Canada's 16,000 plus CPA firms are sole practitioners. They are the accounting services equivalent of family doctors, serving the tax compliance needs of Canada's small business sector. Like our family doctors, they are being squeezed, and are starting to age out. Canada's tax laws are massively complex. Our smallest businesses rely extensively on a professional accountant to get them through the year. They need help to compile financial statements and file their taxes. According to Industry Canada, the most profitable of these small CPA firms have no staff, paying less than $4,000 per year on labor. Fully 3/4 of these 16,000 firms paid less than $22,000 on staff in 2019. If you're interested in the technical reasons for this, we invite you to go to the Small Business Analysts Society of Canada website and download our white paper. The Hatchery was launched in 2022 to deliver practical training for students in the Business Analyst Technician program. Our students earn modest incomes working with Canada's smallest businesses and learning their trade. All students work under the supervision of our professional members. Together they deliver high-quality year-end accounting work, all at a reasonable cost. We developed our copyrighted Cloudware business system to ensure that your file is done professionally from beginning to end. After completion, your year-end file can be shared with a professional to file taxes and financial statements for your business. Our copyrighted cloudware system allows independent technicians and professionals to collaborate using straightforward spreadsheet templates that work cross-platform on virtually any modern personal computer system. These include Windows, Mac, Linux, Chrome, and Chromium, keeping costs down for students. Students take training in using, in building, and in maintaining their own working paper and write up templates using Microsoft Excel, Google Sheets, or compatible spreadsheet software. This means they can work seamlessly both with small business clients and employers, as well as professional mentors and coaches.